the script and the storyline was so kind of free and fun and like already playing on something that was so familiar. The parameters we set were never in stone. You know, you could push them a little or you could rein them in depending on what you needed.
I loved this film. I think going into it, when you're somewhat modern Shakespeare, this can either go very wrong or very right. And I feel like this went very right. What was it that you wanted to bring to the script, which already obviously is made by some of the greats, but you're bringing your own life to it? What did you hope to expand on?
Yeah, for me, it was about really driving home the sort of like female story and Rosaline, but also Juliet, and like really getting into those narratives. I mean, Juliet kind of, comes across as sort of naive and innocent, which she is at the beginning. But I love that, Rosaline is able to influence her a little and sort of, not intentionally, I think, give her the courage and the confidence to sort of start finding her own voice and railing against the patriarchy as well. So, yeah, I mean, I just really wanted to make sure that the female characters, in particular Rosaline, felt very authentic and realistic and, were funny, fully fledged characters, really.
I absolutely love that you did that because I 100% felt that while watching it. They both are such excellent counterpoints to each other without either one being villainized. What did you, or how did you accomplish that like delicate balance between the medieval and the modern? Was there ever a time that you had to pull back or change any dialogue or kind of like accentuate the costuming, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea was that like what you see should feel very Renaissance and classic and old, and what you hear and sort of the non-visual elements of the story, like the themes and the storylines, were more modern. So that's sort of how we did it. Occasionally, there'd be something that felt too modern that we'd get rid of, but essentially, because the script and the storyline was so kind of free and fun and like already playing on something that was so familiar, the parameters we set were never in stone. You could push them a little or you could rein them in depending on what you needed. So it was really, there was a lot of room to play, and play we did. And a lot of that, like working with some of the characters, working with the actors and their characters, we would, bring a little Shakespearean sort of drama to it. Like at times it felt like a play or a performance. And we try to keep things theatrical. And there are even moments where we have some Easter eggs with other Shakespeare or Romeo and Juliet performances, like Zeffirelli and, the classic Baz Luhrmann.
I loved that. I was going to say, like, now that you've dipped your toe into this very specific and fabulous genre, are there any other Shakespearean works you would like to quirkify?
I don't know the comedies as well as I'd like to, but I'm sure there's something there. But Macbeth was always my favorite Shakespeare play because of Lady Macbeth. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we haven't quite done justice to that role yet. No offense to, anyone who's done that. But I feel like the witches too. The witches are so cool. I'd love to find a new way into that really focuses on those characters a bit more.
I would be the first one in line to watch that if you did that. So thank you so much. I really enjoyed, Rosaline. Have a great day.
You too.